2 very boring minutes later.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another day of my exciting life in the garage. Got more parts that came in, as in we got the radiator to have, but we got our slim fan, and as you guys probably seen in that last clip, hoses that just fell off the car. Skunk2 radiator hoses, upper, lower, got those. So today, first thing I'm gonna do is try to get the radiator fitted in the car. Nothing too exciting, but try to get that in there. I start running that engine harness. What I did do, I don't know if I ever showed this. I don't think I did. I think I meant to, and I didn't do it. But I did finish the wire tuck on this side of the car. So basically, we've got our headlight harness going up to the front here to our headlights. The only wires coming through, the ones that need to go into the cab. And there is, I think I mentioned it in that last wire tuck video I did, that there is a plug, one plug that's normally here, along with these two, that plugs into the actual engine harness. Well, rather than that plug staying in the engine bay and getting plugged in here, I pulled all the way, I depinned all of these connectors and I pulled them all back into the cab and then repinned the one plug that needs to go to the engine harness and left it in there, because basically that plug runs from the ECU up through and over here anyways. So I figured, well, why don't I just leave it in the cab? It's gonna look cleaner here, there's no plugs there. Perfect. So that's what I did. That's why that plug, it's not here. But we have our two headlight harness plugs, which these, I depinned these, fed them through the hole here, came out, repinned the plugs, plugged them in. Everything was everything went pretty well with that. But that plug that I have inside the cab, I have to route that thing through from the driver's side of the car to the passenger side of the car. So I was under there trying to figure out exactly where I want to snake that thing through the dash, and just so it's clean. But that's not too exciting, so I'm probably not going to film that. But I am doing that today. I'm going to try to finish that up, get that thing cleaned up. I did finally get injectors. I haven't put them in yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that today, if I'm going to get to it. I don't know. It's not really like a matter of it being hard or not. Is wondering if I want to wait and save the fuel system for another day. Mainly because I'm changing some things on the fuel system. I'm changing my plan from what it originally was, and I think I'm going to keep that a secret for now. But if you know, you know. But anyways, instead of me yap, get to work on this radiator. Try to get that thing fitted. Probably go in the cab, work on that. And there's one more thing I was working on here. Try to turn the camera on. I've got this B-series linkage. Well, as you can see, that's kind of bent, mangled, and whatnot. I don't know if I absolutely need that, because I think it just holds the boot on. But I'm going to try to fix it, straighten it, tack weld it, and try to get this linkage fixed up so I can get my short shifter put in. And that ain't gonna happen today because, well, we're missing the bushings, so I need to buy bushings. But at least get the rods ready to go in. So like I said, I'm gonna quit yapping and I'm gonna get to working. So I'll talk to you in a little bit. I got the fan on the radiator, and as you guys are seeing, I placed the radiator in there. Now, I ran into some issues. I found some issues with this. So, if we go down here, as you can see, the radiator is technically, well, I don't know, we see it here. See, the feet are technically not on the weight bar. So those pegs on a factory car are supposed to drop down into those little lower grommets, which obviously I don't have because we took the bottom of the core support off and put this weight bar here. Now, I didn't think, you know, that's not really a big issue. Worst case scenario, I chopped those little pegs off the bottom and this thing just sits flush on the weight bar. But at the same time, I don't want to do that and then end up being like, oh shit, I needed those, or found a different way or something. So I'm kind of not just jumping at it right away. The problem that I'm seeing right now, and I'm hoping isn't a problem, being that we have this, I mean, well, this is somewhat appropriate distance for this upper radiator bracket, stay, whatever you want to call it, to hold the radiator in place, right? So there should probably be somewhat of a gap here. But if the bottom, because since the bottom's angled out, you know, that bottom's still going to come in a couple inches. The problem I'm seeing here is, take a look at that exhaust housing on the turbo. See that? You guys see what I'm seeing? My up pipe is probably going to run right in to the dang radiator, or the fan at least. I mean, if anything, the fan for sure. Maybe, possibly, I have a feeling. Especially being that my up pipes were basically designed around Brad's car, and he has a like dual fan tucked speed factory radiator that sits behind your intercooler up here, and I'm using a half size. I don't know, it might still fit. Really, I won't know until I have the up pipe here and I really get this radiator in a location where it's gonna stay. I guess that's the one thing I didn't think about when I had Eric make the up pipes, is I'm running a completely different radiator setup than Brad. Otherwise everything else is the same, but our radiator setups are completely different. But not the end of the world. It might be able to there's some things, I don't know, we might be able to do something different here. You know, may end up just having to tear out the upper part of the core support and just order an aftermarket one so that I can kind of play with where the radiator placement is going to be. But I'm not really going to make any of those decisions until I get the up pipe here and find out exactly what needs to happen. You know, small hiccup, that's I mean, it's the nature of the beast, right? And you're going to find problems trying to build race cars when you start modifying front ends and stuff. You can't just bolt in factory parts anymore. So there's that. But for the time being, I mean, the radiator looks nice sitting in there, right? It does look, I mean, shiny. Motor looks pretty. I mean, if it had all the rest of the shiny stuff on it, we could turn the key and go for a rip. It would be great. But in true Minnesota fashion, spring's looking a little snowy. And it's like 30 degrees outside. But anyways, there's that. I'm picking up those up pipes tomorrow, so scratch working on that part of the car today. I don't know what else. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I thought about putting the intercooler on, but that's pointless if I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with the radiator. I mean, really, if we have enough room to clear the radiator, worst case scenario, I could take the fan and move the fan to the front and pull air or whatever. I could mount the fan on the front of the radiator. It's not a problem as long as there's room in between that and the intercooler. I mean, technically I can make it work. We'll figure that out. I gotta find something else to do. We gotta get up that. Yeah, time to gather my thoughts.
I have an idea!
Alright, so this is what I was talking about. You can kind of see that it's, well, it's hard to see with the wood in there, but it is bent. Okay, so it's like bent in, the long side here, it's bent in. So I'm trying to bend that out. Problem is it wants to bend kind of where the hole is there and not at the base. So I put the wood in there and I'm attempting to somehow stabilize it, and I have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't even know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna send it anyways. All right, well, that's about as straight as I'm gonna get it, I think. It's kind of tweaked, but I don't want to bend on it too much. I don't want to snap it off of there. You know what I mean? Like, should work. I mean, there's enough of a gap there to where the shifter will go in, and then maybe it'll straighten itself out after that. Put the, you know, run the bolt through it where the bolt holes are lined up, which they don't appear to be, but I don't know. Hard to say. I mean, worst case scenario, if this doesn't work, like Innovative Mounts, same place that I bought these bad boys from, they sell like brand new B-series linkage for 150 bucks. Like, if my repair here don't work, well, I'm just gonna go order new linkage, and that'll be that. Well, that's this bar here. This is the one that obviously does the actual shifting. And then we got this one that I was also playing with, because this ring here, see that? It was all folded up, and I tried to flatten it back down the best I could. And I mean, it ain't perfect, but see, it's still kind of raised up there where it should be. It should be solid and flush, just like this side here, and it's not. But basically, the only reason that's there is so that that ridge inside this boot can clip on here. Like, come on, come on. I got it. One-handed, kind of. So it just clips on like that. You know, whatever. I don't even know if I absolutely need that. Put it in the comments. If you know the answer to that question, put it in the comments, because it beats me. But unfortunately, I can't put this stuff on today to even see if it does work, because, well, I'm like missing a bushing here. Basically, I'm missing all of the bushings for the shifter. I don't even know if I have all the bolts, to be honest. I mean, I found the single cam linkage, which is on the other side of the garage now, and some of the stuff was with it. Like, I found this one that actually holds up back here. This goes on there, and that holds up the rear part. So, I mean, I found that, which was kind of neat. I had no clue where it was. Yeah, but well, it was on the linkage. Sorry, I found it. And I got the bracket here that bolts that guy up in place. I mean, this thing needs to be clean. This thing looks like crap. Not that it matters too much. I mean, you'll never see it under the car, but it's one of those things. I mean, you're building a race car, and it's a 7-year build. What's, you know, 20 minutes to clean up a bracket? So I don't really know what else to do today, guys, because everything I am doing, Murphy's Law, is kicking in. You know, like, I want to put my linkage in. Well, it's all kind of bent up. Fix that part, but I don't have the bushings. And I never ordered them because I never thought about it until right now. So there's that. Radiator, I already explained the problem with this, and you know, can't do anything about that right now till I have the sup pipe, and I'm not gonna have a sup pipe until tomorrow. So there's that. What else? Fuel system. I told you guys I wasn't gonna say anything. I'll just, what's the matter? I'll just say it. Well, first off, these fuel lines, 86. Getting rid of them. They're going goodbye. Basically, I'm putting different fuel line in, and there's a reason for that. But that stuff's got to go. I got to order the new fuel line, which is why I can't finish the fuel system today, even though it would be nice. I did, however, briefly here. I got the fuel filter tentatively mounted. I think that's where it's gonna go. There's a big old gap on this side of the bracket here, which I'll have to like get some washers or something to fix up. And I tentatively put the regulator back on right there. Just wanted to, you know, basically test fit everything, see how it fit, kind of get an idea where I'm gonna run that filter. But we got that. As you guys seen in the video, I did wire on this is a factory Honda plug for the slim fan. I cut that off the original radiator. Other than that, I went over the wire tuck stuff. Ain't much else to do today. God, this video is long. It's just a lot of me yapping. Hopefully it's not too long. I don't really know how much footage I actually have here, but yeah, I don't really know what else to do today, guys. I was gonna pull the fuel lines out, but I gotta drop the tank, and I would like to take the white car out of the garage so that I can actually work on this thing. But it's really crappy outside. There's snowstorms, more snow coming and whatnot, and I'd rather this thing not be sitting out in the freaking snowbank, so probably gonna put that off. Otherwise, like, my axles are here, I can put the axles in, but you know, ain't a lot of room to work here, so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna call it a wash, and at least as far as filming anything, because I don't have much to show you guys. But hopefully this video was somewhat entertaining and killed some of your Saturday. Enjoy the rest of it, and I'll see you guys in the next video with hopefully more entertaining content and parts actually going on this thing. But until then, peace.